Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for November 8, 2023, man shot dead during altercation on CRH compound. Operations at Cornwall Regional Hospital in St. James were disrupted Tuesday morning when a male patient was fatally shot by a licensed firearm holder who operates a shop on the compound of the facility. The man who was killed was identified as a 28-year-old Nicoy Barrett. I was told that there was a tragic incident which occurred early this morning where a person had gone to one of the private shops here and an incident occurred and he was shot, Derek Harvey, Chief Medical Officer at the CRH, said Tuesday. According to a woman who claimed to be an eyewitness, the shooting occurred after the patient went berserk and hurled a stone into the window of the shop and broke a pane of glass. The shop is operated by the licensed firearm holder. I don't know what happened, but he started to throw stones at the shop and broke out the glass them over there when he got into an altercation with the man and was shot. I can't tell you anything else that happened, the woman who declined to give her name told the news. Harvey said the incident left the patients and workers shaken. Trauma in any area will affect people. Some people were aware that the gentleman was a patient, so I know some of them were traumatized, Harvey said. The St. James police are investigating. Waiter shot dead in St. James. A waiter was shot dead on Crawford Street in Mount Salem, St. James Tuesday morning, police are reporting. The deceased has been identified as 34-year-old Sanjay Rankin from Crawford Street in the parish. It was reported that around 9:45 p.m., residents of Crawford Street heard loud explosions in the area and called the police. Lawmen who rushed to the community reportedly found the body of the now deceased lying motionless on its right side. He was clad in a white tank top, blue shorts, and black slippers. Rankin had what appeared to be multiple gunshot wounds to his head and upper body. Police said while processing the scene, 11 9mm spent casings were found. No motive has been established for the attack, the police said. Man fined $15,000 or 10 days in prison for smoking on a school compound. A St. Catherine man was fined $15,000 or 10 days in prison after he pleaded guilty yesterday to smoking on a school compound in the parish in September. Corey Wallace, 21, from Riverside Park, Ensom City in Spanish Town, was sentenced in the St. Catherine Parish Court by Judge Janelle Nelson Gale. It is reported that on September 27, Wallace was seen smoking a ganja spliff during a football match at the Eltham High School in St. Catherine. He was accosted and the little spliff retrieved from him. The spliff was found to contain vegetable matter resembling ganja. Wallace was arrested on suspicion of smoking in a public place. He was later charged with the offense. Opposition and the government at odds over delay in tabling Auditor General and IC reports. The parliamentary opposition and the government remain at loggerheads over the ruling to delay the disclosure of the latest Auditor General and Integrity Commission reports to the House of Representatives. Opposition leader Mark Golding in Parliament on Tuesday again urged the Speaker of the House, Juliet Holness, to make the reports public.
And I'm asking again, Madam Speaker, can you please share with the House, the members of the House, the legal opinion or opinions that have been provided to you or your predecessor in your capacities as Speaker of the House?
But Mrs. Holness remained resolute in her stance that the proper procedure must be followed.
As a matter of fact, I'll tell you that the Attorney General's last letter came yesterday. So no effort was made to delay anything at all in respect of this matter. I will not go further in that regard because it cannot be expected that as Speaker I will sit here and issue documents, do not read, do not understand, and be respected in governing the proceedings of this House.
Mr. Golden also expressed a concern about the scheduling for debate of private members' bills and motions. St. Andrew MP Dr. Angela Brownberg had expressed a similar concern, but the House Speaker contended that Dr. Brownberg's utterance was a deliberate attempt to cause the public to believe that parliamentary procedures are being intentionally delayed by the government. Police are following strong leads in Salt Spring triple murder. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang and the Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson toured the Salt Spring community in St. James on Tuesday afternoon following Monday's triple murder. Members of the military were also on the tour. 7-year-old Justin Perry, 9-year-old Nakaliva Smith, and 26-year-old Tevin Hill died after being shot in a taxi along the Flower Hill Main Road in Salt Spring on Monday afternoon. Commissioner Anderson told the journalist that the police are following strong leads in their pursuit of the gunmen behind the recent flare-up of gang violence in Salt Spring.
At this point, we have some good leads. I'm not going to say too much because obviously we're after the people who did it, and we will continue to deploy persons in the various spaces that we know where the challenge is and keep things under control until such time. We had a briefing at the military base where we do a lot of the work that we do jointly, and it should lead to operations, not should, but will lead to operations on the ground that will cauterize things.
There has been an upsurge of deadly shootings in Salt Spring in recent weeks. A couple was killed near the Salt Spring Primary School 2 weeks ago. The police high command says that migrant criminals who have invaded the community are behind the violence. Deputy Mayor of Montego Bay, Richard Vernon, has called for the imposition of a state of public emergency in Salt Spring. Mr. Vernon said that the security measure is necessary as there has been a spate of shootings in the area.
Based on information that has been out there in the media and the information coming from the police, we see that several of these shootings, they have been linked to Salt Spring over the past few weeks. They have been linked, whether persons were murdered in the incident or injured or just shooting. They have been linked to Salt Spring. So a state of public emergency would be useful to bring the situation under control, but of course it must be properly monitored so that there is no breach in human rights, because that is the major concern coming out of a state of public emergency.
St. James's School mourns the murder of 2 students in Salt Spring attack. It was a somber mood Tuesday morning as the political representatives and the parents joined the teachers and the students at the Chetwood Memorial Primary School in Montego Bay, St. James, to mourn the killing of 7-year-old Justin Perry and the 9-year-old Nakaliva Smith. The 2 boys were fatally shot in a taxi Monday evening in Salt Spring, St. James. Stacey Hutchinson's daughter is a classmate of one of the boys. She told the news that this is a painful time for her and other parents.
When I came and I saw the whole class in tears and she was frightened, she was like, "Mommy, what's up? What's happening?" And one student said it is knuckling. And I had to let it go. I couldn't hold it back. Knuckling, that little boy, every evening when I come to school for my daughter, he would be the first one to say, "This is my mommy. This is May's around here. Here's her bag." And he would pick up her bag and he would take it to the vehicle. He was always jovial. He was always helpful. To know that he's no longer there.
Sean Pierre-Louis, a teacher at the institution, said the words could not describe how the school body was feeling. He urged the Jamaicans to pray.
The words cannot describe how we're feeling here at school today. And we're just asking Jamaica to pray for us. Pray for the Jamaican family. Because crime and violence has no place in Jamaica. Teachers are affected, children are affected. Because we have children from many other classes who would be friends of these children, and they would travel with them to home in the evenings. And some of them recall that they just got off the vehicle and they heard the gunshots. It could be any one of them. So these children, I don't know how they are going to cope, but we have to work with them to cope through all of this.
The news has been informed that one of the boys is the son of the acting principal of Betheltown Primary School. In the meantime, a president of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Leighton Johnson, has described the killing of the students as another dark day in the history of Jamaica. In an interview with the news, Mr. Johnson lamented that adults have failed to prove their ability to care for the young and the vulnerable.
As Jamaicans, we can no longer sit by and allow these kinds of atrocities to continue. We cannot be numb or immune to this. We cannot become numb or immune to this kind of senseless killing. And these are acts that are being perpetrated by adults against our young people. Our adults, again, have failed to demonstrate good sense in dealing with their conflicts amicably. We have become a very violent society, and unfortunately, this is resulting in the death of our young and our vulnerable.